Hey guys, get ready with me while I have a story time on pretty much why I hate every single boy ever. So basically, I posted a TikTok last night and it's kind of like an explanation of that and like everything. First of all, the guy that I was like texting in that video was not like anyone I know. That's what makes it 10,000 times better because this was a complete stranger. Basically, my best friend texted me and was like, oh my gosh, I'm in this random group chat and they keep like calling, they keep like calling and stuff, and I was like, okay, add me to the group chat because we like to troll, and I was like, okay, it'll be fun to like troll them and stuff. So yeah. So basically she asked me to this group chat. Like I said, complete strangers. I don't have any of them on Snap. It's like just 3 or 4 boys. Like, I don't have any of them on Snap. Don't go to any school. I've never seen any of them in person. Like, complete strangers. So I first joined, and one of the boys like take a screenshot of pictures of me from my public profile and like sent it in the group chat and said, you look like a painting. I was like confused because I was like, is that a good thing? Because paintings are like pretty. So whatever, the group chat goes on and one of the boys compare me to like that short film of when like the mom eats her son and it's like dumplings, and like I've gotten compared to a lot of things before. That was a first for that one, but I was just like, oh okay, like I usually like find a way to joke about it. And I just like was like, oh, I've never got that one. Like I usually get like prime Megan Fox because obviously I look nothing like her. So I just compare myself to her because I think it's funny. And then whatever, like the guys were like, no you don't, whatever. They just like started calling me like ugly and stuff like that. And I just kind of ignored it, laughed it off, whatever, because that's happened to me before, stuff like that. So I just like kind of take it as a joke and like laugh about it and stuff. And then I started like joking back, and I was like talking about one of the boys. I was like, I know he likes me, I just can't prove it. Because really, I do. I just can't prove it. Because the entire time we were in that group chat, all he was talking about from the second I joined, the second they kicked me out, was just me. Like he was just kept saying the most random stuff. I'm like, okay, stop. Why are you thinking about me too much? Why are you putting so much time and effort into these insults? Why can't you leave my name out of your mouth? Like, it's giving obsessed. So it's giving obsessed and projecting because you know you could never get a baddie like me. Pretty much I was just in this group chat getting bullied, and then one of the boys that was like bullying me the worst the entire time. Well, I mean, first of all, they said rude stuff like they would only if I had a trash bag over my head, but I was just like, I just ignored that because what do you want me to do with that information? And then he slid up to one of like my snaps, because like me and my best friend were like dumping snaps and stuff, and they were like calling me ugly in a lot of them. But then one of them, he was like, you're kind of hot in this, and I had like a filter on, and then all the guys were like, yeah, it's because our face is covered. I was like, okay, whatever. And then one of the boys sent a voice note, and he was basically like, basically he said that he wanted me to die, and he wanted a bullet to hit me, and then he said that he wanted me to fall out of a roller coaster and have the crows eat my body from the inside out. And then he was like, I hope you're crying right now, I want you to cry. And I was like, okay, so also I don't know you and I don't know what I did to you. That's great to hear. And you know, you're probably like, oh, if they're being that mean, why didn't you leave the group chat? It didn't set in what they were saying until after. Like, I've been made fun of a lot, like, so I just usually like laugh it off. It's like, Like, I think I have pretty thick skin when it comes to that kind of stuff, so I just laugh it off or whatever. And then after, like, they kicked me out of the group chat, I was like, wait, what he said was, like, mean. Like, that was a really mean thing to say. And I mean, like, obviously in the group chat I like said stuff too that was pretty mean. I probably shouldn't have, but it wasn't anything like, it wasn't even close to what he said. I didn't tell him that he should die or anything close to that. Anyways, moral of the story, I was just crying a lot last night because it's just so annoying because I'm not like the standard of beauty, and guys always love to point that out to me. And I'm like, guys, I know, trust. I've been being told this since like 7th grade. Like, I know. But, you know, if you think you're ugly and you've never had things like that said to you, or you can just like talk to a guy without him pointing out your flaws every single time, you like consider yourself lucky, because I promise, like, I wish I had that privilege. Whatever, it's fine. But like, it actually gets on my nerves whenever girls that are like such like so pretty are like, oh my god, I'm so ugly today or whatever, because it's like, have you ever been told that you should die because of your looks? Or have you ever just been like walking at school and someone walks by and says that you're chopped? No. So you're not ugly, and shut the fuck up before I have to hit you, because it's really annoying when stuff like that happens. Also, guys, I'm not crying. My eyes are watering because I'm really tired. I literally went to bed at 1:30 and I woke up at 5 a.m. So I'm very tired, and I'm not even able to see half the things I'm putting on my face. Also, I have lashes on, so clearly. Anyways, if y'all are interested in more story times about things that boys have said to me or things that have happened to me, just let me know, because trust, I have a lot more where that came from on why I hate guys. And yeah, I have like a story time like of it right after, where I'm like crying and stuff. I don't know if y'all would want to see that, but if y'all do, I have it. I also have screenshots and voice notes of some of the things that were said, so let me know and I'll put that up too. Anyways, I don't know how I feel about my lashes. I feel like they look good, but like wearing lashes to school is one of like the top 10 scariest experiences ever, because it's like, I don't know, everybody like always like has a problem with it. I'm like, it's my face, it's not yours. Like, I'm sorry, I decided I wanted to put something on me that made me feel prettier, but whatever. Everybody always has their opinions. It's so annoying. Also, guys, my like hus that I've been texting decided that he hated me and stopped texting me last night, so love that for me. Anyways, my hair is just in a ponytail. This is my makeup. I'm gonna get dressed. Okay, this is my outfit. Pants, Brandy, top, Shein, shoes, Uggs. Okay, makeup, hair, outfit, jewelry, and that's all I have for you guys today. Love y'all so much. Bye.
I've never had a first date go this bad. So I met this guy on Hinge, which I know now is probably my first mistake, but because I was back in my hometown and I just don't really know anybody, that's what I resorted to. And this is about 6 months postpartum for me, and as you guys know, I went through my pregnancy pretty much single most of the time. Not pretty much single, but pretty much most of the time. And I actually have a way crazier dating story than this that I'm debating on sharing, and this took place right after. I may or may not have been flown out first class to see an ex and got a few or maybe $10,000 spent on me in a weekend. So comment if you want to hear that story. But today we're talking about the worst first Hinge date ever. So I definitely have a type of guy that I like, and it's typically foreign pro athletes. And this guy fit into that category. My son's biological dad is a Brazilian pro surfer. I know. This guy was an Italian soccer player. So we match, and he actually is a coach for a college around where I live. And he's pretty cute. He's not like drop dead gorgeous, but he's pretty cute. Well, so the thing about me is I'm a bad texter. I don't like to text, and I'm just bad at it, but I'm also not going to call some guy that I've never met in person, you know? So I wouldn't want to date me. Like, I would not want to try to set up a first date with me. I will take full accountability for that I am probably not the easiest person to set that up with, I've been told. But I think that's just because I usually meet people that I date in real life. Like, I'm always meeting them organically. They at least can experience my personality a little bit, and I can experience theirs, and then we'll just naturally kind of hang out or whatever from there. But this is different. This is a dating app. So we match, then we follow each other on Instagram, and I don't post on my dating profile that I have a kid, okay? And that's not to keep Soul a secret at all. It's just, I don't know, I just feel kind of weird. I don't want to be targeted for having a kid. I don't know. But he is all over my Instagram, and I have my Instagram in my dating profile. So usually they will, well, I mean, this is the only Hinge date I've had. So he got on my Instagram and obviously saw that I had a kid. So he follows me on Instagram, and like I said, I'm just a bad texter, so he kind of DMs me on there, but he ended up just getting my phone number, and he was traveling for soccer for like his work. So we just kind of like set up a date, or he sets up a date, and he asked me to go to drinks at this place. Like, I don't know, it looked cute. I like pretty much only like drinking tequila, and he didn't even know that, and it was like a tequila place. So he set the date up for like the day after he came back from his like soccer game, traveling, whatever, and he was somewhere on the West Coast. I don't even really remember, but there was a waterfall. And on my Instagram I have plenty of like waterfall pictures, and like I said, we were not really texting. Like, I'm not somebody that's gonna be like, how's your day going? Like, I don't know you. So I think the day before the date, he like sent me a picture of this waterfall, and he's like, I think you'd like this. And I'm like, I do like that, thanks. I wouldn't want to text me. But it definitely didn't seem like he was too much of a talker over text either. Like, I wasn't not responding to his text. So I'm like, well, we already have something set up, like, not a big deal. And I was honestly kind of excited because I just felt like he seemed like a vibe. I don't know why I thought that. Also, his Instagram had like 100 followers, which I really liked. I really liked that. He, of course, since he only had 100 followers, he only followed like a few people, and I could scroll through it real quick. Like, I don't care if that sounds crazy. And yeah, there was nothing like sus or weird in it. So I thought that was green flags. Well, the time rolls around to go on this date, and I get ready. I'm dressed like pretty cute, but like casual, you know? Like, I just wore like jeans and like a Free People top, and I think like heels. And it's also said that he was like 6'1", and he's a goalie, so like that made sense to me. And I also played soccer my whole life. Like, I love soccer, so I thought this was gonna go super good. Like, I thought we were gonna have a really good conversation. So when I was walking up to him, like, my first, I don't know how to explain it, but just vibe was, oh no, like, this is not it. I don't know how to explain it. I've never had that feeling before. He didn't look like his pictures, but he didn't look bad. He just didn't look like his pictures. I can't explain it. Which, I mean, he did look worse than his pictures. He just was not as tall. He was very, very thin. And in his pictures, he did not look that thin. And I'm just not into skinny guys, sorry. He was wearing like skinny jeans, which I think is maybe like a European thing. I don't know. But the conversation was so terrible, and it was not a language barrier. It was not anything. Like, he did not ask me anything, and I am good at conversations. I like to talk. It was just so weird. I don't know if I catfished him. I don't know if he thought I was like super unattractive or not like my photos. And I will say my photos on Hinge are a lot of like bikini pictures, just because that's what I have. So yeah, I don't know what I don't know how to explain it. Like, I genuinely don't know. This was the weirdest first date I've ever been on. Like, I was trying to ask him questions about Italy and his work, and like I would get like one word answers. This is gonna sound maybe meaner than like what I'm intending it to sound like, but he had no aura, he had no riz, he had no vibe. It was just so weird. I thought maybe he has like a girlfriend or something. I don't know. I don't know. I have no explanation for this. Yeah, and then he never texted me again. He never, actually, I never saved his number, and I did get a text like a week later from an unknown number, but I have a bunch of unknown numbers, so he could have texted me again. Actually, I don't want to like just say he never texted me again, but if that was him, it was just, hey, I don't know. It was so weird. So yeah, I ended up obviously like unfollowing him on Instagram because I'm like, I'm not gonna be one of your 100 followers. I don't know. It was just so odd, and especially in his line of work, there's opportunity for him to meet lots of girls. And I'm not saying like, oh, why is he single? Because obviously people can be single at any age for any reason. And I think he was 30. I mean, I've just never experienced anything like that. Like, he asked me no questions about my son, which I understand could be like kind of weird for a first date, but like, I have honestly been on, not like a lot of dates, but I've been on dates with a few guys. Well, like 3. Seemed like a little like scared or cautious of me having a kid. I don't really know. And it didn't give the vibe of like he was just trying to have a hookup with somebody. I don't know. I don't know. Also, when we ordered drinks, like we each only got one, which I was fine with. Like, I don't really drink, but like to not even offer like to get me another one. And we sat there for 2 hours having the driest conversation ever. I can't tell you how many times I like tried to like leave, and then he'd just be like, oh, like he would kind of start a conversation. If you hear Soul, he's underneath me crawling. It was just so strange. It was so strange. And yeah, like what I was saying, his job, like he works at a college like in downtown Kansas City. Like, he could definitely be picking up girls, especially like he was cute enough and he's like Italian. Like, I don't know. It was weird. So yeah, honestly, that was probably the weirdest first date I have ever been on, and I haven't been on a date since that. That was about a month and a half ago. But like I said, I have way more interesting dating stories. I realized that my dating life is kind of crazy and always has been. So that was just like a really lame first date.
Good morning, and get ready with me while I tell you a story time about my high school and college softball experience. It's a lot. To give you a little backstory, this will make sense later. I have Raynaud's disease, where my fingers like turn white and die pretty much in the winter or in any cold. Oh my goodness. So just keep that in mind. Okay, starting with high school, I play travel. So I actually played. So this was my freshman year. My freshman year was the year that COVID was kind of being lifted, like towards the end of the year. That was my freshman year in high school. And so we were all the freshman girls, we were on JV, of course, we were playing. We finally got to start playing games, and we were actually doing good. Like, I was playing with the team. I was actually playing. Like, it was great. We were all playing at the same level. It was really fun. You know, I was finally, like, feeling like life was going back to normal, because after being inside for so long and not even being able to play travel, like, it was really nice. But then I got sick. Just ignore all this for now. But everybody just thought it was COVID because, you know, it was during COVID and people were still getting sick because, you know, everybody was together. So my mom was like, whatever, we go to test, like the at-home ones, and it wasn't COVID. So we were like, okay, that's a little weird, because I was really feeling like shit. And a few days went on, and I was still going to practice and stuff because I haven't played in so long. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely playing this. And my stomach was hurting so bad, like so much pain anytime I move a lot. And my mom was like, okay, I think we should take you in because this might be your appendix. Mind you, I was diving and everything at practice, so if it was my appendix, hopefully I didn't just completely fuck myself over. I felt like such shit in the moment that during the time, it was like springtime, I went into immediate care on my birthday because I seriously needed to know what was wrong with me. I just put my finger. Oh, that was disgusting. Anyways, I went to the doctor. They did strep, they did COVID, they did flu, nothing. It was none of that. And so they tested something. I think it might have been blood, but I'm not totally sure. We did blood later on, but they tested something. So then it was one of those things where we had to go home and wait for the results, and
during this time, I was still going to practice, still playing games. And then one day, my mom came and picked me up from practice. And she was, like, freaking out in the car. And I was like, whoa, like, what is wrong? Because I guess the doctor had called her and told her the results while she was sitting there waiting for me to be done with practice. And she gets in the car. Or I get in the car, what the fuck? I get in the car, and she told me I have fucking cancer. My lymph nodes get really, really big when I'm sick and really irritated, so they thought that I had lymphatic cancer. So that's what they diagnosed me with, and I completely believed it because, unfortunately, cancer runs really highly in my family, so I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense. Like, literally any type of cancer. Like, it's kind of sad. So I was like, okay, yeah, this makes sense. I thought I was gonna die because I was, like, 15 years old, and I have lymphatic cancer. I was like, wow. So I couldn't go to practice, obviously, and I didn't tell my coach at first. Like, I think I went to one practice, without telling him, and then I, like, texted him, like, hey, like, I'm sick, I cannot be there, and I ended up not being able to play the rest of the season because the season was already pretty much over, because my birthday's in, like, end of April, it's kind of when school ends, so I was like, I cannot come back for the rest of the season, I'm sick. I never told anybody that I was, like, got told I had cancer, because, like, that's, like, you know, not anybody else's business. I didn't say it because then later on they're like, we need you to come in for blood work, so that way, we can make sure that you do or you don't. And I didn't. I ended up having extremely bad mono, which is really embarrassing. But literally for a week, I thought I had cancer. Like, they literally told me I had cancer. So that's why I didn't go back. Then, that being sick and missing the last 2-3 weeks of softball, for some reason, just changed my coach's point of view on me. And I will have to admit, the girls on the team were really, really good. Probably a little better than me. Because they started playing travel when they were a lot younger. I started, like, maybe 2 years before high school because I'm my parents' first kid, and we didn't know that I was supposed to go into travel to make it further, so we were kind of a little behind. But at the time, I was playing up to where everybody else was. So when my sophomore year came around, I was still on JV. Half of the kids in my grade were, I'm pretty sure. But I was like, okay, whatever. I was actually playing, but it wasn't the varsity coach because the varsity coach was the JV that first year because there was only, like, one team because of COVID. He, like, fucking hated me for no reason. Like, seriously, I didn't do anything. And it makes no sense because I played perfectly fine. But then, come junior year, I really didn't want to play, but I was like, you know what? Because I really want to just play travel. But I know that being in high school helps you a lot in college, for college. So I was like, whatever, I'll do it. He never played me. Mind you, I, like, it was insane. I never did anything. I mean, ever since being sick and coming back, the vibe has been so off that I don't talk to anybody. Like, it is just so unwelcoming and so weird. Like, I'm not hating on any of the girls or anything, but just, like, the vibe from the coach, it was, like, some middle school fucking drama. Now, going back to, I just was never playing, and the season finally starts, my junior year. The season starts, I'm not playing, and it's in that mix of, like, still freezing, but then randomly somewhat warm the next day. It was in, like, March, mid-April, I'd say. And I'm sitting, again, this one game, I'm sitting, and he randomly goes, you're batting next. Remember when I said I had brain knots? Yeah, my fingers, dead white. I couldn't feel anything. It was probably the 5th or 6th inning, and they were finally destroying them, so then he put me in. He waited till they were winning, as if I was gonna blow up the whole fucking game. And that's all he did, was to wait till last second to put me in. I've been sitting the entire time, freezing, not moving, because I'm not even in the field. And now I'm supposed to go hit? Like, and my body was so numb. I was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah, come on. And I was like, oh my God. I embarrassed myself because I struck out. But I couldn't even fucking feel my body because I was so cold. I had like 5 blankets on. I was trying to keep warm. But I was like, all right, I'm done. And after that, I literally did not show up to practice and everything because I was like, I'm so done with this bullshit. Like, it just, I don't know, randomly being sick in freshman year just completely changed his opinion on me, and I was not comfortable playing with anybody, and it was just so fucking weird. It was just one of those things where you can, like, feel the tension and, like, everybody looking at you because you're not as good, even though I literally was, but now I'm just too scared to play to my full potential because everybody's acting so weird. Now, college did not last very long either, and honestly, for, like, one of the same reasons. So I drive an hour and a half to school, and practices are at 5 a.m., so I had to wake up at 3 a.m. every single day. I would wake up at 3 a.m., go to practice, wait 4 hours for my classes, do all my classes, then go straight to work and close till, like, 10 p.m., so I had a crazy, crazy hectic freshman year. Then I got sick again. This one was different because this was in my stomach. My stomach was hurting so bad. One day I was just out after practice waiting for my classes, and I was going to the store. I think it was like right when Christmas time was starting, so I was going to Hobby Lobby, and I randomly just like jolted forward, and I could not stand back up. I literally had to like stand hunched over. And I hate missing school. I hate missing classes. I hate being behind, especially in college, because you miss one class and you're behind like 5 fucking years. So I'm like, I call my mom, I'm like, what do I do? She's like, just try to like, you know, tough it out. I was like, okay, you're right. I could not. So I go home, I sleep, and then I end up going in the next day. I literally can't eat anything. My stomach is just killing me. Running out of time, but the next day we had to go in and they had to do some tests on me, but they had no idea what was wrong, so they had to do a CT scan. They had to do a scope down my throat and check literally everything. At that point, I missed 2 practices, and I was just like, yeah, I'm sick, I'm not gonna be there, and he was getting mad, and I was just like, okay, bro, like, I'm sick, I don't know what the fuck you want me to do. And then I got the results back and everything, and I had, like, major gastritis. Like, I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but, like, they showed me pictures of my, like, esophagus lining and everything, and it was so, like, inflamed. Long story short, he told me to never come back for the rest of the season because I was sick, and he didn't believe me. No hate to the girls, because they were really nice. School ball sucks.
You wake up. You and your best friend have decided to move in together and be roommates, because when have you ever fucking heard of best friends becoming roommates gone wrong? Like, it just never happens. Your lease is running out, their lease is running out, you're gonna move in together, perfect. And you're also coworkers, so you are spending every goddamn second together. But surely this couldn't go wrong. Like, why would this go wrong? Apartment shopping, you finally find one that looks really cute, you apply for it, you get approved, you sign the lease, you guys have a new apartment together. Immediately, there are little disagreements here and there, but it's very normal, like roommate things. Like, this person is so messy. You did not realize how messy this person was. You're leaving dishes in the sink every single day, eating food just like out on the couch and in the living room. So goddamn messy. So you're trying to approach them like, hey, you know, maybe you could start cleaning things up a little bit more. And every time they're like, yeah, no, definitely. But then nothing changes. Finally, you guys get into a big fucking argument and it ruins like your entire friendship with everybody. That's a video for a different day. But now you and this person are not friends. Every time you try to talk to this person, they do not want to hear it. You're also dating another coworker that hates you. I've made another video about this coworker. They hate you, and now your roommate and best friend are dating them. So anytime you're trying to talk to your friend now and resolve this issue, this other person is butting their head in. Every time you and this person seem to come to an agreement, seem to be good, like things are fine again, this person peeps up out of fucking nowhere, and then all of a sudden you guys aren't talking again, and you're in like this huge fight, and you're like, what the actual fuck? Like, what the fuck? They're blocking you every other day. You live together, but they basically like moved out. Like, they're never even home anymore. You're trying to talk to them. You're like, okay, so obviously like this isn't working. You know, like we're friends, then we're not friends. Like, well, I don't even know what the fuck is happening right now. Do you want to terminate the lease? Like, what do you want to do about this? Like, do you want to just try to terminate the lease? They're not answering your calls. You're blocked, by the way, but they're not home. They also changed their schedule at work, so they never work with you anymore. You are trying to figure out, like, they're still paying rent. You think they're still paying rent on this place, but they're not even there, and you can't even talk to them about trying to terminate the lease. Like, you're still roommates in theory, but you're not, like, they're not talking to you. So you're like, what the fuck? Like, what are we gonna do about that? One beautiful sunny afternoon, you get home to your apartment and you see a fucking eviction notice on the door. A fucking eviction notice on the goddamn door for lack of paid rent. Like, right. The way you and your roommate had it set up is you were both paying the leasing office independently. So nobody was paying like the other person a lump sum and one person was paying it. Like, you were both individually paying the leasing office. You know that you were paying your half.
So this person just moved the fuck out. All their stuff is in the apartment still. They just Irish goodbye the place, stopped paying rent, and didn't tell you about it. You march your little ass over to the leasing office. You're like, hey, so I had no idea about any of this. Like, I'm so sorry that our rent wasn't being paid. Like, I didn't have any fucking idea about this. Luckily, your landlord is actually a very, very sweet lady, and she completely understands the situation. She's so sweet, and you're like, look, so I'm gonna have to terminate the lease. And she's like, got it, not an issue. And you are texting this person now because you're fucking livid with your best friend right now. You're texting them, and you're like, hey, so I'm terminating the fucking lease, you asshole, because you didn't pay rent. You're getting us goddamn evicted now. You're not just telling me let's move out, like, you're trying to get me evicted. That shit's not gonna be on my record, you asshole. I'm terminating the lease, and now I have to pick up your slack, or an eviction is going to be on my goddamn record. I try to go to future apartments, so fuck you. First of all, you go in, you pay the termination fee, and you literally tell this person, like, it's fine, it's covered your half of the rent that you didn't fucking pay, and I paid the termination fee. We're out, we're gone, get your shit out of the apartment. They never fucking responded, of course. So you move out, you get your shit out of the apartment, and you find out they didn't move the fuck out. They still lived there for another, like, 6 months after you left. You don't even know what the fuck happened because you paid the leasing office termination fee and they're part of the rent. Like, what the fuck happened? Like, did they just use that, like, termination fee that you paid as rent for, like, the next couple months? Like, what? I actually have no idea what the fuck they did because I paid the termination fee. I terminated that fucking lease. I signed the, like, contracts, like, and then they just kept living there for, like, 6 months. Like, I actually have no fucking idea what they did. I don't even know. And what the fuck? Because I paid. If you always had the fucking money, you asshole, I fucking paid. I paid that shit.
Get ready with me while I talk about how I found out I was pregnant at 16. If you guys don't know me already, my name is Bella, and I'm currently 29 weeks pregnant with a baby boy due in January. My most asked question is definitely how old I am. I am 16, I'll be 17 in January. Flashback to May 2025, I think it was like 2 weeks before my period. I was having really weird cramping, and I didn't know this, but it was implantation cramping. I was the type of person to get period cramps, so I just thought my period was coming early. After a few weeks go by, I'm still having this really weird cramping. At this point, I knew something was off. This same week, I went out to dinner with my boyfriend and my friend Eva, and I got sushi, and normally I'm perfectly fine with sushi, but that same night I ended up puking it up everywhere. I told my friends everything that happened, and we were kind of just joking around, like, what if you're pregnant? So at this point, I told myself if I didn't get my period in 3 days, because that's what my app said, then I was going to go to the store and I was going to get a test. I was waiting as long as I could because I didn't want to spend $15 on a test if I didn't need to. So that's why I waited so long. A few days go by and I miss my period. So after work one day, I run to the store and I grab a 2-pack of the digital and then, like, the regular test. I went home and I took the digital one first. I did not think I was pregnant at all. I just got a test because I thought we were scaring ourselves for literally no reason, so I just wanted clarification, but obviously that did not go as planned. I flipped the test over and all it said was yes, and I immediately started crying. First I texted Simeon and then I texted Maya in Brooklyn. Simeon was obviously scared to death, and Maya and Brooklyn just didn't even think life was real, to be honest. After talking to Simeon, Maya, and Brooklyn for a little bit, I run down to my cousin's room because at this point she was staying with us. I pulled out the test and she was just as shocked as we are. That's basically how I found out. Now moving forward a few days to Friday. So I already had a scheduled doctor's appointment for Friday. So I bring my pregnancy tests with me. I asked my mom to step out the room, fill out my pregnancy tests, and I showed them to my doctor. And she said everything's gonna be okay, and she gave me a big hug. Immediately told her that I want to keep the baby. I didn't want to terminate the baby. I didn't want to put it up for adoption. I already knew what my decision was. Me personally, I just could not live with the fact knowing that I have a baby out there if I put it up for adoption, or if I terminated my baby. I could not live like that. We talked for a little bit, and then she basically tells me that I have to tell my mom today. I was supposed to go with my boyfriend to his grandma's cottage this weekend, so I did not want to tell my mom because I thought she was going to ground me. I thought she was literally going to take everything away from me. But my doctor basically explained to me that I have to, and that she's going to be my #1 supporter no matter what. She gave me the option of me being able to tell her, or she also said that she could tell her. Came up with a plan that she was going to go test my urine to make sure that it's not a false positive, because I still had it stuck in my head that it was a false positive. She was going to go check my urine, and then she was going to bring my mom into another room. So that's exactly what happened. I waited probably like 30 minutes. Finally, my mom and my doctor come back in, and my mom immediately tells me that my life is changing and I'm gonna have to think about some things that I know, but I already know what I want to do with my decision. I said, I'm keeping this baby no matter what. I know God is putting this baby in my life for a reason, and I'm just letting him handle it all. We talked for a few minutes after that, and then we left. I think we were all in just a little bit of a denial. We didn't really start talking about it again until like a few weeks after that. That's basically how I found out and told my mom. I'm sorry this video is so long. If you guys have anything specific that you want me to post, like nesting videos or anything like that, please leave a comment below because I have genuinely no clue what to post. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm currently 29 weeks pregnant and everything's been super healthy, super great, and I just can't wait to meet him.
Okay, let me set the scene on how I was dressed yesterday. Okay, I was wearing like a sweatshirt that was like longer than my butt and like my front half of my body. I was wearing my leggings and my leg warmers and my mini UGG platforms. My school dress code's pretty strict. Then around like a month ago, people started wearing leggings to school. So me and my friends went up and asked the person, like the dress code person, if we could wear leggings. We were like, hey, we've seen a bunch of people wearing leggings. Are we allowed to wear them? And she said, as long as it covers your front and your back. So we're like, okay, perfect. And so I wore leggings like 2 times, like in the past few weeks. And then I wore them yesterday. Then I see a girl getting dress coded by the dress code lady. And I was like, oh my gosh, like you got to be kidding me. And then so she's like, hey, like you can't wear that, like your shirt has to be down to your knee. And I was like, hey, well, we like talked to you about it, you said it was okay, like could I let it pass for just this day and not do it again? Like I understand that. And she was like, no, like too many people have like pushed the limits, we can't do this anymore. So the rule is if you get dress coded, you have to like wait for first period, and if someone can't bring you anything, you have to go to OCI. So I go down to the locker room and I'm asking anyone if they have like joggers or something for me to wear. I know, and everyone's like, no. But my friends is like, hey, Zion's in the office, like go sit in there with her. And Zion's another one of my friends. But then so me and her just sitting there, and then we're just like trying to figure out what to do. Her dad ends up bringing us like joggers to wear. So I had to wear those Uggs with joggers all day, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine, it's fine. My other friends was wearing leggings, and the dress code lady told her that she could wear them today, but she can't wear them anymore. But it's fine. I just won't wear leggings anymore, and we won't have this problem. So, but yeah, that's my story time, and it was kind of dumb, but it's fun. I can't really do anything about it. So, okay, well, I'm all ready, and I'm gonna go to school now. So, bye.
You're ready with me to see NBA YoungBoy, and you're probably sitting there thinking like, oh my god, Paris, you listen to YoungBoy? Wow, you're so cool. I don't. I don't know, y'all. That's YN music, and I am not a YN, so I just... just kidding. I know all kinds of people like listen to YoungBoy. That's fine. I don't care. My little brother is a big fan of him, and I promised him back in May when we saw Kendrick and SZA that I would also take him to see YoungBoy for his birthday. And his birthday was back in September, so that was like his birthday present. So we're going to see him. And honestly, I just love going to concerts in general. It really doesn't matter who it is. Like I'm gonna have fun regardless. And I get to hang out with my brother, so it'll be fun. You know what I mean? One of my friends is also like really obsessed with him, so like I tried to like listen to his music and get into him before the concert and stuff like that, and I just I don't know how y'all listen to that, but you know what? It's still gonna be fun. It's okay. We team NLE over here. Low-key, I'm kind of irritated because I thought the concert was the 11th for some reason. So yesterday I was reminded that it's today and I don't have an outfit or anything. And I'm like last minute doing my hair and like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with my makeup. I wanted to wear green because that's like the theme, right? Like slime or something, some Nickelodeon ass shit. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I literally don't own green what the fuck so ever, especially like bright green. So I guess we're gonna have to improvise like with some green fucking eyeshadow or something, bitch. I don't know. Yeah, for the outfit, I literally have no idea what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna wear some like baggy jeans and like an oversized shirt. I don't know what the fuck to wear to a fucking YN concert. I know somebody's gonna be mad because I keep calling it a YN concert, but that's what it is. That's what he is. That's what it's filled with too, okay? Actually, I'm in Arizona, so I don't think there's gonna be a lot of YNs there. We don't have, you know what I mean? Like, it's, you know? So what's like the Mexican equivalent to a YN? Not an Edgar. Or is it? I don't know. You get my point though. Like, anyways, I did see that he was bringing people out on like certain dates and stuff like that. Like I saw he brought out Offset and like a couple others, I believe. So hopefully maybe like we'll get somebody cool today, you know? So I'm not just sitting there like watching YoungBoy. Like maybe like I'll get Offset too, you know? Or like didn't he bring out Sexy Red and stuff? Maybe he'll bring out Sexy Red again. Who knows? I don't know. Probably not. Nobody ever brings anybody out for fucking Arizona because everybody hates us. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I know I'm over here talking a lot of shit, but like I'm gonna have fun. I know I'm gonna have a lot of fun. And I know that like I was watching a lot of other videos, you know, from his other concerts and shit like that, and his fans are like really hype. So I feel like it'll be good vibes, hopefully. You know, hopefully nobody gets pew-pewed. All right, y'all gonna have to stay tuned to see the full final look, okay? So, sorry.
Okay, story time on how I met up with my ex again a couple days ago after being blocked on everything for a month. So I'm not gonna tell the exact reason, like, why I got blocked. Just know, like, it was valid. Like, it was very valid. But anyway, so Sunday, right? I didn't have my phone because it had got left in my dad's office. And so none of us were about to go, like, up there and get it the day of, or on Sunday. And so next day, my au pair had brought it back from my dad's office. And so I get on it, and I see he texted me. Mind you, I've been blocked on everything, like Snap, my main, my spam, my TikTok, my everything. And so I see his text, I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I text him back, I said, sorry, I didn't have my phone. So this is a Monday, right? Everyone's supposed to be at school, but I had stayed home from school because something happened. And so I asked him, I'm like, are you at school? Because I know he doesn't really like be on his phone at school. He said, no, I'm at home. I said, I'm coming. He said, right now? I said, yes. He said, okay, text me when you're on the way. Mind you, I had just been blocked. I just got unblocked. I was like, you don't know how happy I was. So I get my keys, I get in my car, I leave. Didn't even get ready or anything. I put my hair up and like, I didn't even take my time. I just went. Anyway, so I get there. He opens the door a little bit, looks out the crack, and we just like look at each other and start laughing because like, what are we doing? Like, and mind you, whenever I did get blocked, like I told all my friends, I was like, I know I'm gonna get unblocked eventually. It's just a matter of time, you know? And also, you know, those parties I went to this weekend, so that Get Ready For Me that I was talking about, like I might see my ex there, that was the one. And we didn't even end up getting to go to those parties. We like walked around downtown instead and went to like different parties the next day. So I was mad already about that, but then I ended up seeing him anyways. And so yeah, I was so happy to see him. Like, y'all don't understand. I really needed to see him too because like something had happened in my family, like I said, and like I just needed to see him. And literally, he's the person I was checking for my phone. Like, am I unblocked? I was unblocked. And like, we literally just chilled, listened to our music, and then, oh, and mind you, why I love this boy so much is because he's never tried anything with me, like, literally nothing. He actually just chilled, and I just love it, because, like, we can just love each other by just chilling. You know what I mean? Because I don't do stuff with guys in general, and he's never even tried it. You know what I mean? Anyways, and then we go to a girls' basketball game at his school, and, like, he's already telling me, he's like, bro, if I go here, I'm gonna get caught up. I was like, okay, we don't have to go, because I don't want him to get caught up, like, me and him are nothing. Like, I wouldn't want to get caught up either, you know what I mean? And so I'm like, we don't have to go. We can stay right here. Like, I don't want you to get in trouble with your other little boo things. He was like, no, we can just go. Whatever. We get there, literally, like, there's some federal people there. They have one of his little boos on the call. Like, they, like, shoved the camera in his face. They were, like, showing him the phone. But he was sweet. He was, like, hugging on me. He was like, this is my wife. I don't care. He's like, I don't care if y'all see me, whatever. The whole team was staring. The whole JV was sitting on the bench. They were staring. I felt like I was, like, I don't know, all the attention was on us because, mind you, he had already popped out with me, like, we weren't even dating at this point, but he has popped out with me once or twice or something, and so I don't know, but we were the center, like, everyone was just staring, and everyone was like, It wasn't even too many people there, but the people that were there were staring, you know what I mean? Anyway, so it's really good, and then I go and drop him off, and I was gonna go to a party with him that night, but I was too tired. I stayed in. And we haven't talked since. I'm not gonna lie to you. We have not talked since, but we're forever. Like, we're never ending. I literally told my friends, I was like, I know he's gonna block me. It's just a matter, or unblock me. It's just a matter of time. Because he's blocked me so many times before, and the whole unblock. This was the longest he's, like, stayed, or, like, kept me blocked. Normally it's, like, an hour, and then he'll call me and be like, come on. I'm outing him. If he sees this, he's gonna be mad at me. It's okay. I love you. And okay, people thought he was old in that. He's not old. He's literally my age. Like, he turned
Oh, he's 1 year older than me, but he just turned that. He's like 6 months older than me. Okay, y'all. Bye.